What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm IJ and we are locked in. This is Put a Ring on It Season 2, the finale. Now, before we go any further though, hold up before we get started. I know when y'all see me break this down, y'all like, Mo, how do you know all this? You ain't really out there in the dating scene. Well, this is the reunion. So if they gotta dress up, I'm gonna dress up too. You know, just a little blazer, nothing too fancy, you know, a little watch. But we gonna treat this reunion very, very special before we get started. So we're gonna pull up a little bit, just a little bit of Ciroc, just to get the feeling right. But let's jump into this recap. This is Put a Ring on It, the reunion. Let's check out the shoes real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get to show y'all in there. Oh yeah, Mo is clean. But this isn't about me. This is about the crew. This is about seeing who's getting married. Now, I was out of town, so I missed the last episodes. I watched them, so I know what went on. Sorry I didn't record anything for you. But we got the haircut. We got the suit together. We're going to jump right into it. But before we get started, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you'll be a part of it. Hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, let's see how the couples felt about this whole show. So I'm not going to hold you up. This is Put a Ring on It, Season 2, The Reunion, Part 1. We have a little flashback. Alexia and Darian, they didn't end like anybody. Well, I think we all kind of expected how they were going to end once we seen them go through the weeks. I was rooting for Darian, but it didn't work for them. Then we have Shon and LaRhonda. My boy. Congrats, brother. Way to propose. You know what I'm saying? You got your woman. Way to make it happen. Next up, we got my boy Eric and Jessica. He went ahead and popped the question. Congrats to you, my brother. We'll drink to that. We have the whole cast out there. Alexia's on one end. We got Darian on the other end. We got Jessica and Eric. We have our host Egypt, Dr. Nicole. I'm the assistant to Dr. Nicole. We have LaRhonda and Shon, and of course Darian on the end. I told you. Now the whole cast got fly, so there was no way I was gonna do the finale without at least getting dressed up. I'm not putting on the bow tie or tie because I'm at the house. I'm casual, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm already hot. But the cast looks good, so let's see what's really been going on. First thing, let's give a round of applause to Dr. Nicole. She did an amazing job. She gave a lot of relationship advice to all of the couples, and she did her best to not choose one side over the other. And that's one thing about therapists and relationship coaches. They're there to help you. They don't have a dog in the fight, so they're not going to tell you one side, you know, to make one side stronger than the other. They're going to give you a perspective from both sides. And hey, she did her job. And me being the assistant to Dr. Nicole, I'm not just saying it because I'm not on the payroll, but look at me. Put me on the panel. Let me do something. The first thing they do is they call my boy Shon out. We know he was a little weak when it came to seeing LaRhonda go on dates. He was out there throwing up and stuff. Now I made fun of him, but my boy was just showing his emotions, and they're saying, hey, thank you for letting us see that emotional side that you have, because we all have it. It's just most men, we keep it, pinned up in the inside. We might go outside and yell when we by ourselves, but Shon expressed himself. And he showed that he really loved LaRhonda. He was like, well, thank y'all for letting me do this. They get on the 14-year relationship that Darian and Alexa have. And hey, Darian, how do you feel about this whole situation? He's like, well, I like it because I got to get the full experience. I felt like it would either make you or break you. Now, if you didn't watch the season, he kind of messed up towards the end. It seems more like broke. That's all I can say, man, to make or break. But I was rocking with him, but then he did some stuff. It was like, hey, I got to clear my hands. I can't rock with you on that one, brother. It ain't no way I can vouch or do anything to clarify what you did. Now what we're going to do is take a look back in the ups and downs that we had throughout the whole season. Now, Dr. Nicole has over 25 years of experience in this. Now, me being the assistant to the assistant, I have about 20 years of in the field, maybe not professional, experience, but actual on the job, out there in the field, training. And one thing that she does tell everybody, if you watch any of my shows that I recap, I tell everybody, hey, you have to remove your feelings and use facts. Facts, not feelings. When you go into a court case, the judge doesn't care how you feel. They care about what you can prove. The facts, people, the facts. So always remember that the facts are always more important than the feelings. Because I feel like, hey, I should have $1 million right now. But the fact is, I don't. See what I'm saying? Facts and feelings totally different. Go with the facts. we remember the incident with Jessica and Eric early, where if they didn't work out, she felt like Eric would go through another hoe phase. And Eric, he was just like, man, I'm not a hoe. I just want to enjoy. I just want somebody to talk to. They talk about one of the curveballs where they had couples go on a date with someone else, but in the same building that their partner was in. Now, one thing that Dr. Nicole says about this is being able to control yourself. And that's why I was even saying in the earlier recaps that the men, when you go in there, you just got to play it cool. It's just a date. This isn't something that she just met some guy and they've been talking. This is a date that's set up. So you got to play it cool, because the minute you start looking jealous, then your girl's going to have the upper hand. Same for women. Now, women is a little bit different. When they see a guy out, especially someone they're talking to with a girl, they're going to get, a little catty, a little sassy with it. But for the guys, and that's who I primarily speak for, you just got to play it cool. Don't act jealous. You look, but you just keep it moving, because she's going to do things to piss you off. And that's on purpose. It's intentional. Now, she doesn't, most of the time, they don't mean anything with the guy that they're going on a date with, but they just want to see you suffer and let you know, like, hey, I'm here and I have options. But fellas, if you're doing what you need to do at home, they'll be back. They talked directly to Eric and Jessica about how Eric was open to hearing what Dr. Nicole says and taking the advice from her. Now, one thing about Dr. Nicole, she's direct with it. If she says something, that's what she means, and she's going to go with it. Now, Eric was open to it. Jessica, she wasn't really open to it. And you see this a lot. Most people, even when they hear something about a therapist, they're going to say, oh, well, they don't really know anything. But from personal experience, hey, the therapist, like I said earlier, they don't have a dog in the fight. They're just giving you advice from what they see, because most people, they think alike. And most people do the same thing. So they eventually came around to it. And Jessica, she respected Dr. Nicole, and we seen that. So it actually worked for her and Eric in their relationship. That's why we seen the proposal. My homegirl, Alexia. Now, they're talking to her about her whole situation. We know from what we seen that she had it rough on here with her and Darian and everything that actually went on. But she breaks down a moment where Dr. Nicole gives her an analogy talking about, hey, when you were playing basketball, would you ever bet against yourself? Nah, you would never bet against yourself, because you always believe that you can win. So she's saying use that same mentality in what you have going on with your relationship. Don't bet against yourself. Do what's right for you and try to figure that out, because once you figure out what's good for you, then you'll have a whole better life. Because at some point in life, you have to focus on yourself before you can worry about other people. Now, that was from me, not from Dr. Nicole. Alexia goes about betting on herself, going with her gut feeling, like Dr. Nicole said her. Now, Darian, he said from his experience, he went with his gut feeling. Everything he did was from his gut. It's like, man, Darian, dog, talk to me, brother. Like, don't say this stuff on TV, man. It's not sounding good for you, bro. Like, there's some things you shouldn't say. You should just say, I took this experience, and I learned some things about it. I learned some things about myself that will better me to go forward. But he's like, yeah, I went with my gut feeling. And it's like, we know you messed up, bro. Don't, like, you're just digging that hole deeper. If you want a chance to get back with her, I'm not saying lie to women, but I'm saying don't tell the truth all the way like this, because this is just going, like, there's things you could have tiptoed around, man, but you're just making it worse. Shon and LaRhonda, they have an interesting relationship. I know I give my boy Shon a hard time because he was throwing up, but there's no disrespect to him. I think the guy's a cool, genuine man, and he really loves LaRhonda. So he's there. He proposed to her, but they keep bringing up him throwing up and stuff. And then they also touch base on LaRhonda saying people were telling her that she's coddling him. And it's not that she's coddling him. This is her man. So whatever they got going on behind closed doors, that's none of our business. She's sticking by her man, just like a lot of girls stick by a lot of bum guys, but nobody says nothing because that's her man. And they fine with what they got going on, but that's love, because no matter how he feels or what he does, she doesn't look at him differently. She's still going to be right by his side, making sure that he's good, because that's their relationship. And I like that, because once you start tuning all that outside noise, then you and your partner, y'all can have a better relationship. Y'all see me, I don't care what nobody says, because all that outside chatter, who cares? we get to talk to Derek. Now, Derek was a guy that dated LaRhonda. And then he starts talking about how he came to the house, and when Shon opened the door, he was like, dang, I never meet a woman that doesn't have kids. Now, Shon, he's kind of short, but he's a stocky guy. He has his frat on his arm. So he assumed that Shon was LaRhonda's kid. Now, right now, what he's doing, he said no disrespect, but this is disrespectful. He knew from the get-go that Shon wasn't no kid. He's just saying this now because he's upset that LaRhonda went back with him. He thought he had a chance. So he's trying to make Shon mad. Shon's defending himself. He's like, hey, dog, you 40 playing flag football. And he's talking about, oh, I was professional. I could still do it. No, you can't, because if you could still play professional football, you would be doing it. You wouldn't be on this show. So all he's doing is cap. He's talk. And you see guys like this, it's lame. But no disrespect to Derek. I'm just telling you what I see. We get to meet Brittany, who was Shon's date. Now, one thing that I pointed out right at the beginning was she's talking about the relationship, and she's saying that it seemed like it wasn't really going nowhere around the third date. But Shon did tell her some things. Like, he said he would go with her to Florida to one of her shows. But the way she worded it was, he said he would take me to Florida. See, when you word things wrong, then everybody's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, it was something that it wasn't. But he didn't say I was just going to take you to Florida. He was saying I would go with you to a show. You see, there's a difference between going with somebody to a show and then me taking somebody to Florida. But you even see LaRhonda. She like, you know, and Shon, he doesn't diss or anything. But that's one thing I would have called out. Like, hey, yo, I said I would have went to your show in Florida. I didn't say I would take you to Florida. We would have went there together. But LaRhonda and Shon, they both downplaying everybody and they going on about their business. Because that outside noise, nobody needs it. I got the people mixed up. This is Derek. The other guy was Sir James. We don't want to hear him because he's disrespectful. Now, Derek, he's a respectful man. He said LaRhonda's a nice woman. You know, I'm attracted to her. But, you know, he respects what Shon and them got going on. He said he's lucky to have her. So that's how a man is supposed to treat it. Like, I don't have anything against Shon, so I'm not going to disrespect him. Oh, I thought he was the son. But LaRhonda does say, hey, if Shon wasn't in the picture, she would put Derek on the roster. Now, I'm not about to be on the roster, you know what I'm saying? I might be the side guy, but I'm not on the roster. You know, I just show up and do what I need to do. But he's like, all right, cool. He respects it, and he respects Shon and everything they got going on. Now, Brittany's right next to him. If I was him, okay, hey, how you doing? You doing anything after this? You want to get a drink? Like, hey, because life doesn't stop when you get turned down by one person. You just go to the next. Shout out to Eric and Jessica. Shout out to everybody on the panel. But these two here, they both looking good. They got everything together. It was rough when they first started. Jessica's talking about, man, he wants to be out there with his teammates in the streets. But Eric wasn't really like that from what we seen. Like, he just wants to have a good time and have someone to talk to. But they made it through their little rocky journey, and they're here. They proposed. He proposed to her. She got a nice little ring on it. And they're thinking that this whole experience actually worked for them, because it showed them what each one of them were lacking, so they could bring that to the table and work on it to come together and actually make this thing work. Now they watching all the dates that they went on. I'm not sure if anybody seen their significant other go on a date with anybody, but they watching it. Eric over here cheesing and stuff because old girl was rubbing on him, you know. But also we seen some of Jessica, and her date was like, oh, I'm really starting to fall for you. I'm really starting to like you. So both of them had somebody that was really attracted to them, but they put that behind them and said, hey, I'm going back with the one, you know, I love, not somebody I just met. Now they start talking to Jessica's date, Shon, and he says if Eric wasn't in the picture, he feels like their vibe and stuff, they could have went further than what they did. Now, me personally, I'm looking at the situation. Now, Jessica's an attractive woman. She's with an NFL player. Former NFL player, doesn't matter. He's still an NFL player. But what Shon did was he jumped too far ahead. Now, with a woman like this, you're telling her, oh, she's attractive, she's beautiful, you're falling for her. That's all she wants to hear. That's just going to keep her head big because she still has a guy at home. So I personally don't think it would have went anywhere. Jessica probably would have let this guy on, you know, let him kiss on the neck, a couple of things. But other than that, I don't think it would have went anywhere, like, seriously. And that is no knock on Shon. Like, Shon seemed like he a cool dude. He took her out on a date. They went to, like, the little skydive. Dude's cool, but I don't think it would have been anything more than what it was. A couple of dates, and then, you know, she started ghosting him. Miss Leilani, let me get this out the way. call me. No, but what Miss Leilani did, she's into, like the facials and stuff. So that's why she's touchy-feely, because that's what she does for her job. But what she does point out is Eric never disrespected Jessica. He went on the dates. They may have been touchy-feely, but he never asked for a number or anything because Eric knew Jessica is the one that he wanted. Now, Leilani is a very attractive woman, and I know what Owen was trying to do. Y'all was trying to set my boy Eric up, but he beat that test. And that's what you're supposed to do. Now, you hear Jessica over there. She talking about, she's making like all kind of gestures and stuff because she knows when there's another attractive woman, that is competition. And Eric, he may have a type. What we do know is attractive women. So that's why I say for Shon, it may have not been that because Jessica, she was still stuck on Eric. I was about to call him Shon, but I see these things and I know how stuff works out here. Now, Miss Egypt, she breaks it down for us. This is the storyline y'all been waiting on. Alexia and Darian. We know it's been rough. We know it's been 14 years. We've seen them for 10 weeks. So we're going to dive into this and we're going to see what both of them think about this whole experience and how they're going to work it out and move forward. Alexia and Darian, they have the most unique story on here. Now, for Alexia, she said that this was tough for her because it was 14 years. Not only was this someone she loved, it was her friend, and she would never expect something to go on like this. She does mention that he told her that he had sex with Kai, and she's like, oh, whoa, just get out of here. Because at that point, it's like, hey, we're done, bro. You can't come and tell me that you had sex with somebody. And that's why I say at that point, when we found out on the show that Darian did, I was like, man, I was rocking with him, but it's nothing I can say now. I can't support that. Like, man, the woman you live with, you've been with for 14 years, you mess around with another chick. Now, I'm never hate on the guy for doing what he got to do. But, hey, I told y'all earlier, I got to wash my hands clean because that's making me look bad. Now we're starting to get to stuff. Now, for Darian, he's saying, well, I didn't really get what I was getting. I wasn't being fulfilled. I wanted to have sex and we weren't having great sex. Now, Alexia, the reason they weren't having sex is because she felt like he was cheating. And women, when they feel like you're not doing right, they're not going to give you no sex. And she's saying, hey, when I found out that he was cheating, that's when I removed myself from that. So if she felt like he was cheating for a while, that's why he wasn't getting sex. And for him, he was just like, well, I'm going to go get sex somewhere else. And that's what ultimately led to him and Kai. And it's like, damn, you messed up, brother. And Alexia hitting him with all facts. We know, no feelings, all facts. He's telling Dr. Nicole, oh, I want Alexia back. He's calling production. Oh, I want to propose. So, hey, he may have said that he didn't see marriage was coming, but Alexia is giving us the facts. And he said that, hey, I want to marry her. I want to propose to her. So everything he's saying right now is contradicting himself and facts over feelings. It's not how you feel, it's what you can prove. And Alexia is proving that you were wrong on this. I don't hate on guys, but I can't do nothing with this one, brother. Hey, man, I know this shouldn't be a laughing matter, but Alexia is hitting with all facts. Now, for her, she's saying it happened multiple times. Now, Darian's saying, oh, no. That day, it happened one time. I'm like, oh, my goodness. Darian, like, talk to me, text me, like, hey, Mo, I'm going to be on the show, man. What should I say? And I help you out. Because he's saying it only happened one time on that day, but not multiple times after that. Now, I'm not no lawyer, but that sounds guilty. Now, Alexia is saying, wait a minute. You told me that she got naked, like in a car or something in a parking lot, and then nothing happened then? You know what? Bring Kai out here. We got to hear from her because this is some wild stuff. Now these two, they arguing. It's like high school sweethearts. She says, oh, I broke up with you on the show. He's like, oh, no, we didn't break up. We were together, but then we broke up. And he's like, wait a minute. I broke up with you. You broke up. Wait a minute. We weren't together. I'm like, man, look, both of y'all tripping. Y'all weren't together. Whenever Alexia broke up with you, because Darian, I feel like he just would have, if she would have still been with him, they would have still been together. But Bruh, come on, man. Y'all too old for this. They bring out Kai per request. But one thing about Kai, she's not the help. She's not here to do anything. But from the beginning, we seen how she was acting. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Darian, a woman like this, and for all my brothers that are watching, you already knew she was going to run her mouth. She got on this show looking for the attention. She wanted to be the star. She wanted to have all the attention on her. And that's exactly what she did. And Darian gave into it. Now, we seen she was holding Darian's hand when they walked out. But, hey, who am I? I'm just telling you. You can't do anything with her because she's going to run her mouth just like she did on the show. Oh, it was great sex that we had. It's like, hey, you already seen that from the beginning. Don't be involved with this because they just want that attention. They don't care how you feel or what comes from it. They just want that attention. As of right now, Alexia, she's been giving us the facts, not feelings. And she's saying Darian, he would, pretty much throw it in her face. I'm going on Kyle on the third date just to make her mad. But it wasn't nothing serious. So whatever he was telling her, he was downplaying it. And, that's typical. We, downplay a few things. But he's saying there's nothing with her. And it wasn't going to be anything serious. Now, we see Darian shaking his head no and stuff. That's because he's probably in too deep with Kai at this point. So what he did is he built an escape route. So, hey, if things don't work with her, with my old lady, then boom, I'm going to be with Kai. So he's just trying to save face. We see it all the time, But I'm giving away too much of the game that men do. Let's just jump back into the show. Hey, I told y'all about Kai. Now, she said that, I respected what they had. I tried to give them a chance to work it out because Egypt said, hey, woman to woman, why wouldn't you do that? But she said, we also had sex more than twice. So it's like, you didn't really get this guy no time. You knew what you was doing. You were trying to piss Alexia off. Now, I told you women, they think and do things a little bit differently than men. Like we seen old Sir James earlier. He, I think that was her son. But women, they try to do the most that they can. They try to poke as much as they can. And Kai's like, oh, yeah, we had sex more than twice. But I was trying to give her space. Now, Alexia's saying, hey, her energy isn't into all this. All she wanted to know is, hey, Darian wanted to come back and fix it. But you was there throwing that thing. You know what I'm saying? She got that thing behind her. No disrespect. She's throwing that thing on me. The boy is confused. Well, I ain't going to call him a boy. The man is confused. But at the same time, Darian, you got to have some composure, some discipline, brother. What I tell y'all, Kai ain't come on here to do the show. She came on here to be the show. Now she talking about, we're in a relationship. Do you feel like we're in a relationship to get back at you? It's like, obviously, Kai, that's what you're doing. You're here to piss her off. Like, we see that stuff. And, people, they accept it. And, I don't have no dog in this fight. I ain't dating nobody. I don't care. But as far as the show is going, Kai, you came here for that media attention. I bet you want to make sure that your social media is blowing up and all that extra stuff. But we see it. We know what you're doing. We seen it from the first time you showed up. But hey, let's keep the show going because who am I? I don't know much. I'm just an assistant to an assistant to Dr. Nicole. Now everything is starting to get mixed up. Darian's saying, yeah, we supposed to come on the show together, come back together, and I propose to you. And he's like, yeah, Kai knows about it. But also, the last time we seen him with Kai on the show, he was supposed to break it off with him, but now they're in a relationship. Hey, when I tell y'all I gotta wipe my hands clean, I support Darian. I don't have nothing against the brother, but hey, I can't stand up for you in this situation. You dug this hole. Good luck, brother. If you make it out, then fine. If you don't, fine. I'm still gonna play, hey, Darian, But hey, I can't. I can't vouch for you. You still be my dog, man, but I can't vouch. Now, Kai and Alexia, they going at it. I told y'all the first time they seen each other was on that double date. And Kai was holding Darian's hand walking out there. And she knew what she was doing. And Alexia was like, ain't no holding hands. Now they in here arguing about it. And Alexia, she's giving all facts, not feelings. Hey, I was in a relationship with Darian. You just here because things ain't work out. But look, Get your mind correct, because I was with Darian the whole time, and you slept with a guy that was in a relationship. So all this black girl magic you talking about, it's out the window. What did I tell y'all? Y'all probably always like, oh, Mo just talking. He don't know what he talking about. Now, Kai came on the show to be the show. You're not even the main character. You're just an extra that we brought on for the dating. And now she talking about, I need a break. Whoa. You don't call break. You're not a co-star. You're not a co-host. You're a date on the show. You don't call break. But hey, she storms off the set. But what does Mo know? But hey, listen, Alexia is confirming everything that I said, where Kai, she just gonna run her mouth because she wanted to be the star of the show. Now, she doesn't really have any beef with Kai because it's still Darian's problem for sleeping with somebody else when they were in a relationship. But when Darian cut it off, talking about, hey, this is over with, whatever they had, that's when she said, oh, well, we had sex. And Alexia is saying, you only said that because you were hurt. Now, Darian may have lied to her, but whatever he lied about was trying to protect Alexia from all of this. And now Kai's like, oh, forget this. I want to make a big scene about stuff. I've been in this dating scene for 20 years, people. I'm 36 years old. I know what's going on. I done had beautiful women across the world. But I'm telling you, what I see and what I seen in Kai, I would have avoided Kai from the get-go. It would have been that one date that they gave me. And after that, nah, I'm good. Nah. Nope. Now that we handle Kai, we bring out Dr. Nicole and we can get back to business. Now, Dr. Nicole gives some words to everybody. Situationships, they're situations. So they're not going to be as serious as a relationship. A relationship is where you and your partner, y'all come together and y'all try to make things happen. That situationship, I don't even know why people get in them. It's just I don't call it a situationship. I just call it, hey, a spur of the moment. Hey, that happened. We keep it moving. But the two couples that are out here and they made things work, it's going to be rough times, and you just have to fight through those rough times and get back to the good time that you always had. And growth is the most important thing. Now, Eric and Jessica, they don't have a wedding date set yet. They're getting a house built in Orlando. They're going to get the family stuff together, and then they're going to go ahead and go through with the marriage. Now, that's going to be a good thing. Congrats to both of y'all. Eric, make sure you send me an invite to that wedding, because I know Jessica's going to have some beautiful friends that are single. You know what I'm saying? I'm single also, and I kind of like Florida. But hopefully these two, they work out together, and that's all I can ask for. Shon and LaRhonda, also, they don't have a date set. Y'all send me an invite also. I'll be there, clean, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, I can match y'all fly. But what they're going to do is they're going to continue to work on each other. They're going to continue to work on themselves. LaRhonda's going to continue to be a boss. My boy Eric is going to be, Shon's going to be entertaining people. We're going to get things right. Hey, that's all you can ask for. Congrats to y'all also. There you go. Put a ring on it. The season finale, the reunion, episode 11. I think it was very good. We got to see the couples. We got to see the big storyline between Darian and Alexia. It's not supposed to be too much excitement and stuff. Is because these people, they went through, their ups and downs, and now they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and they're making things happen. So I respect everybody, and I wish all of them, happy marriages and whatever they got going on. Alexia and Darian, they may be apart, but I wish the best for both of them also. Hey, congrats to everybody on the cast. Dr. Nicole, call me. I need a job. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the whole thing. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.